This one's called Pumpkin Eater, and someone sent this in. I read the reviews, and it said some of it was really messed up. So viewer discretion is advised. It's a visual novel. Let's dive into this world. Y'all about to hear some fire voice acting, some fire reading. Bendy, get that pin message out of here. Graphic visuals are enabled by oh my, graphic visuals. Well, you know what? We're gonna keep it on, family. Hey, good luck. Good luck, twitch.tv. Don't ban me, man. Nobody knew how it happened. I think I have a clue. Someone just got hit by a car. A boy, barely reaching double digits in years, was lying dead in the driveway. Gray and red pulp was painted everywhere. What the fuck? Back the car up. Back the car up already. How did he get under there? Laying down to draw? Some freak force of nature? I'm trying, woman! An innocent life was taken too soon and too violently. Was it the will of some cruel god? A woman ran to the body, attempting to reattach fragments of jaw back onto the skull. What the fuck? That's how you know you're in shock. When you're trying to put the pieces together. One figure jumped out of the car in pursuit, while the other was frozen in place outside. She had watched the full event unfold in front of her. Baby, speak to me, please. He's dead. No, he's not. Look, he's still moving. Don't you hear him cry? You've gone mad. And you've gone deaf. We need to save our son. There's still hope left. Drive him to the hospital. His brains are all over the pavement. He's already left this world. Yo, when I die, I need someone to come on scene and say that. He's gone. He's already left this world. No, he hasn't. You're a liar. Help me. But now, if you care about me and your children, he can't stay out here like this. Bring him inside before the neighbors come. We'll deal with this later. It's okay, it's okay. You can hug me tighter, darling. We didn't mean it. He's still alive. Mommy, what's going on? Don't worry. There was a little accident, but everything's gonna be okay. But Mommy, how come little brother Brain down the driveway, but little brother up here? But little brother Eyeball in the gutter. Calm it down, honey. We should replace his head. Quick, our garden. A pumpkin should be the best size. The perfect nuclear family. Torn apart. Their lives forever be changed. Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife but couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. The mother stood panting and admiring her creation, wiping off any blood from her hands onto her apron. It was a little crude, yes, but it worked better than she expected. Outside, the father stared into the sky, while the daughter couldn't look away from the driveway mess. Her head hurt from crying her heart out. It's gonna rain soon. It'll wash everything away, as if nothing happened. What the fuck? Are we really not gonna do anything? I'll think of something. Daddy's tougher than you think. For now, humor your mother by going along. I'll be hosing down the driveway. Is that the American Dad? I'm scared. I hate this. Why did the daughter sound like Mickey? The father reassuringly patted her on the shoulder. Though he was a man of few words, the father did love his wife, but most importantly, he loved his image. What the fuck? He didn't want his family to be branded as miscreants. Never heard that word in my life. They had just committed vehicular manslaughter. There had to be a way of disposing the body. Dinner's ready, you two. Please come inside. Jesus Christ. Jesus, familia. The two were greeted by the son, who was sitting in Grandpa's old wheelchair. Peter the Pumpkin. The most bizarre sight, however, was a pumpkin in place of a human head, its face carved into a welcoming grin. One could still see the remnants of the original crushed head within the holes. See? The head looks just like him. Look, the mom's still holding out hope. The daughter, she freaked the fuck out. And the dad thinking about going to prison. 100%. Look at the sorrow in that man's eyes. He said he likes his chair, but wishes it wasn't so squeaky. Dear, could you do me a favor and purchase some oil tomorrow? Of course. Well, everyone, don't just stand there. Let's wash our hands and begin the dinner prayer so we can... Bro, mom has fucking lost it. Can I be transparent with y'all? Mom is in another realm of reality right now. She is in full-blown psychosis talking about so wash our hands so we can say grace. Look at his fucking arm. Look at his right arm behind the chat. It's been sewn back together. Where's this music coming from? I'm getting pissed. I don't know, Bendy. Maybe the game that we're playing. There was little talk at the table. Should I turn the music down a little bit? I'll turn it down a little bit. There was little talk at the table. What was there to say anyway? Despite the gloomy atmosphere, the mother was unusually lively. Here comes the airplane. Just fucking right into the pumpkin hole. She was spoon feeding him. The daughter grimaced at her, shoving mashed potatoes into the son's mouth. The girl looked at the father for guidance, but he did not return her gaze. The daughter focused her attention back to the food on her plate. It smelled good, but the meat resembled an awful lot like her brother's. Oh my God, y'all. Oh. She dry heaved. That was a real one just for y'all. After silently washing the dishes with her mother, the daughter headed straight to bed. She had no energy left in her. It's rude leaving your brother at the table, you know. He's going to sleep with me? Of course. Why wouldn't he? You two have always shared a bedroom. Why is he so hard to move? His joints are all locked up. I swear, he was much more relaxed this afternoon. Using all of her strength, the grumbling mother laid the son in his bed. She first tucked in the son, then the daughter, making sure to kiss each of their foreheads. Sweet dreams, you two. Yeah, Kaz, he's in rigor mortis. Good night, Mom. With the flick of the switch, The room fell into darkness. Even with the daughter's back turned, she knew those carved eyes were boring into her. Have a good day at work? Remember what I've told you, dear. That is final. Wake up. It's time for school. Her brother was still laying in bed, so it wasn't a nightmare after all. That's got to be the worst thing in the world. Waking up thinking maybe it was all a dream and then it's not. As per usual, the mother tied the daughter's bow, blue, her favorite color. Your brother needs to stay home for a while so he can recover from his injury. This bitch is not fucking recovering. Listen, whatever you do, don't tell anyone what happened yesterday. It'll be our family's little secret. Understand? Okay. I'm glad you're so well behaved. Mommy and Daddy are trying their best despite our predicament. The girl shuffled off toward every day I'm shuffling. The girl shuffled off towards school bus, completely bewildered at the mother's nonchalant attitude. After waving the daughter goodbye, the older woman returned to the house. Only the mother and son remained. Thankfully, his body had loosened up again, so it was easier to carry him out of bed and into the wheelchair. Don't get so full of yourself. You still have to study at home. Oh, don't give me that look either. You know, puppy dog eyes are my weakness. Today was typically the day she spent cleaning the entire house, despite her. I don't know why that made. I don't know why that made me laugh. Family, let's keep rolling. Despite her being a stay-at-home mom, it was a full job taking care of the estate. Not to mention her family. She pulled out the vacuum cleaner. Several hours of busy work would be good to take her mind off of yesterday's event. Yeah, imagine how the house smells! That was quick. Are you thirsty? Would you like me to bring you a drink? You're not? That's fine. If you need anything, just call for me and I'll be there in a jiffy. It was a lovely day today and her son could use some fresh air. The mother pushed him out to the veranda behind. What the fuck is a veranda? It faced the family's pumpkin patch so no noisy neighbors could see him. Humming, the mother entered a comfortable cleaning rhythm, letting all worries slip away. Oh, I thought that was no, I'm just kidding. The sky suddenly opened up. The mother was glad for the sudden rain. Their pumpkin patch desperately needed it. Wait, her son was still outside. God! The mother dragged him inside and threw several towels on him. She pressed against them, drying him as fast as she could. What a fool she was. Taking him outside really was a bad idea. She promised herself she wouldn't slip up like that again. Oh dear, your clothes are soaking. I can't have you catching a cold. I'm gonna have to change them, if that's all right with you. What's up, Brian Cheese? How you doing, man? Dinner, yet again, silent. Usually the daughter was the chattiest, bragging forever about what she learned in school or in her books that day. Now, she was poking her stew. Why are we eating things that look like dead people? It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. Is that true? The daughter refused to respond, huffing in annoyance. The mother turned her attention to her husband. Your son and I had a great time. He was very quiet, but did complete his required reading. I consider that great progress. I'm heading to the bar. Dear, but we haven't finished yet. I'll be back soon. He gonna come home, he gonna drive through the living room, y'all. Goodness, what has gotten into everyone? After dinner, and its cleanup ended, mother and daughter went their separate ways. The mother fell fast asleep, but in the daughter's bedroom, the girl was looking for any sign of life in her brother. God damn, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this with the close-up. Pale skin, dried blood around his neck, and a burgundy discoloration in the arms and hands. It just wasn't human. She reached out for his arm. Touching her brother was a familiar occurrence. Play fighting, sharing food. She interacted with him as any sibling would. Even if the two had spent hours in snow, she had never touched a person so cold before. The daughter shrunk back. She lacked the heart to continue calling him her brother. The figure tucked gently into bed wasn't it. Without a word, she pulled the covers over the body. We gotta go to the cops. We gotta go to the cops. School time! Please get dressed. When the daughter awoke, she found the body back to leering at her. The blanket must have slipped off during the night, uncovering the head once more. A fly landed on the pumpkin. Hello? Who's this? Yes, I am the mummy. Yes, ma'am. I assure you everything is fine with my son. He's been feeling a little, under the weather lately. Thank you. Goodbye. The teacher on the phone sounded incredibly displeased. Timeliness and attendance had always been one of the family's virtues, so the mother was quite embarrassed. In addition, the mother felt guilty for not informing the teacher about her son's absence ahead of time, but her husband kept instructing her not to speak about her son's accident. Oh my God. The father did not return that night. To help alleviate the awkwardness, the mother attempted some small talk. Where is he at? Is he in his car? Did he get a DUI? Is he in jail? So, my loving children, how was your day today? Learn anything fun? Kind of. Okay. Unredeem the lights off. I'm not turning lights off. I'm taking that shit out. No. Redeem redeem it. Redeem it. Or no, refund it. Yes, you are. Okay, Shadow. Okay. Refund it! Kind of. Was dinner to your liking? You need to eat your vegetables. One line drink and I'll be gone. To grow big and strong. I guess. Your brother was telling me a funny story today about how you both accidentally broke a vase by playing tag. You were so horrified, you ran out of the house and climbed a tree to hide. He tried to save you by climbing the tree, but ended up getting stuck there too. You two must have been up there for an hour by the time your father and I came home from the grocery store. I swear you kids are always up to mischief whenever your parents are out of the house. The mother chuckled and spoon-fed some more broccoli to the son. Hold up, y'all, think about it. How much food do y'all think is in the pumpkin? Like just sitting in the bottom. Probably got bugs crawling out the maggots going like into the dude's, like, remember his jaw, like going into the mouth? The house was starting to smell. It was musty. Like that Rocket League player? Like meat starting to spoil. The daughter knew exactly what was causing that odor, and it made her stomach churn. After dinner, we can put on the radio. The Lone Ranger might be on. You like cowboys, don't you? No! Not really. I'm heading to bed. Fine then. Your brother and I will enjoy the program without you, Miss Grumpy Pants. Country Blumpkin. The mother's first task of the day after sending the daughter and her husband off was to attend to her son. She hadn't noticed it before, but certain areas of the child's skin were discolored. It had the same green and blue hues of a bruise, but the eerie marbling patterns were nothing like she had seen before. At least it was faint. Were you playing with markers? He's playing in heaven with the angels, Mom! Mom! Remember our dog Sparky that died in 2002? He's up there playing with Sparky. Mom! He's playing with the two gentlemen that flew those planes. Pulling out a sponge, she washed the spot, but it refused to scrub off. She retrieved her makeup kit to cover the blemishes. Tomorrow, she would look for a stronger cleaner for his skin. I'm calling it right now. Bleach. And that shit's gonna burn he gonna come in looking like Minecraft skeleton. Sweetheart, could you pass the bomb? Could you pass the salt to your brother? He looks like he needs some. The daughter hesitated. She gonna throw some fucking salt in his face. But he's... Okay. I appreciate you being so well behaved since your brother's injury. It makes Mommy's job just a little easier. Don't worry, he'll be back to running around with you in no time. Again, the father did not return for dinner. The daughter was beginning to think he'd run away for good. She did not blame him, but why couldn't he take her away with him? That's something new. The dad running away? Well, it's not. Help! As the women were cleaning up, the door flung open. It was father! The girl's nose crinkled at the heavy liquor smell coming from him. Home. Heading to bed. No dinner needed. Took you long enough. I'm not happy. Our son needs you right now. I don't want to hear your nagging, woman. The daughter sprinted to her room before she became caught in the crossfire. Boom. Caught in a crossfire. Tell me y'all know that song. Man, shut up. She could already hear the screaming in the parents' bedroom. Knowing her mother, this could take hours. like the several days before, the siblings found themselves staring at each other in bed. It was becoming tough to look at him. The foulness of his scent made her eyes burn like moldy salami. I hate salami. She failed to suppress a tremble as she noticed the white fuzz growing in the vegetable's eye. He got mold coming out the eye. She felt nothing but sympathy for the corpse. He deserved a proper burial like Grandpa, not kept around in this desecrated state. Brother, are you in heaven? Are you at peace just right now? Imagine he come out, yeah, I am in heaven. The entire family was keeping to themselves in the living room. The father was reading a newspaper, the daughter playing with jacks, the son sitting silently in the corner, and the mother frantically running around spraying as much bug spray as she could. Psh, 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 psh. See the sound effects? I'm killing it. Ugh, there are flies everywhere. I'm so sick of their buzzing. I'm worried that all the noise is bothering our son. He needs as much sleep as possible to recover. Dear, do you think something went bad in the pantry? If you could help me move some boxes, I can clean it out today. Dear, are you listening? The father threw his newspaper on the floor. I'm tired of playing pretend. You're taking this too far. What do you mean? As in, I'm disposing of his body properly. I'm digging his grave, and you will not stop me. Without hesitation, he left the room and returned with a shovel. He grabbed the wheelchair. The mother also latched onto it, pulling it to her side with all her might. Left and right, the bloated body was jostled between the parents, almost ready to topple over out of its seat. No! Leave him alone! You can't keep him like this! Yes, I can! He's our son! Stop scaring him! For heaven's sake! He's green and smells like sewage! Does that sound normal to you? Hold up, there's son Oscar the Grouch! The wife should always listen to the husband. Don't be foolish! Once he's buried in the pumpkin patch, we shall never speak of this again. A couple inches to the right, and that china glass would have blinded him. Don't you dare take him away from me. Her outburst was completely uncharacteristic to the father and daughter, and it shocked them. Who or what had possessed the mother? Please, we can get you some help. You're being hysterical. The mother opened a nearby drawer and grabbed a large knife. She was a good cook and knew her cutlery well. The woman looked terrified, shakily holding that knife, but wholly prepared to strike in defense. I will die before ever letting my children get in harm's way! You're a danger to us! I'll do it! I'm not afraid to do it! The father dropped the shovel, backing slowly away until he was trapped against the wall. Unfortunately for him, the mother closed the distance between the two. That's right. You were the one who ran him over in the first place, so don't you dare lay another finger on his head, murderer. I've been following you. Every order. But look where that's gotten us. For the sake of our children, I think it's time you started listening to me. We're going to continue taking care of our son because he had a nasty accident and needs our help. Do you understand? The wife raised the knife at his face. I said, do you understand? Yes, I understand. Don't hurt me. Good. Now we're gonna have ourselves a nice little dinner. Any objections? The room stayed silent. Mother's demeanor became gentler, but she continued to grip that knife as if her life depended on it. I'm glad. Sweetheart, please follow mommy and help her out. We're returning your brother to the bedroom. I think things are a little too loud for him around here. You two have been so inconsiderate. Happy birthday! Unwrap it! Unwrap it already! Wow, wait a minute. The son talking?
Wow, a bike? Thank you!
Sure thing, sport. How about we break it in after the party?
Yes, please! This is the best day!
Can I ride it too?
No way! You still need training wheels!
Mom! He's being mean! Don't get too rowdy. You still have to unwrap the last of your presents. Who else wants another slice of cake? Me! Go! Are you mad at mommy and daddy for hurting you? Oh, thank goodness. I feel so relieved. You fucking piece of sh... Thanks, Temper. Look at the boy face. Look at the boy. Look at the neck. Look at the neck. Neck-wise, he's blue. I always tell your daddy to be more careful when he's driving, but he never listens. The mother picked out another maggot and tossed it in the bin. It was starting to overflow, but at least she was making progress. Removing the squirming creatures. I know. That feels so much better, doesn't it? She was a patient woman. His healing process shouldn't take much longer. It's 3 days after that. I was a little late today waking you up. Please get dressed as soon as possible. Bottle after bottle, the mother used her aerosol freshener to help air out the room. Thwack! With her other hand, she squashed a scuttling beetle. By now, she was certain something went bad in the pantry, for there had to be such a large bug infestation. As much as she wasn't looking forward to it, she may have to clean out the entire pantry. How? She smacked a fly who was resting on top of the son's head. Oh my, I'm sorry for using the fly swatter on you. Did that hurt? While the mother was hard at work cleaning the house, the daughter nowadays avoided going inside as much as possible. Every day when she came home, her brother's body would be happily greeting her. She just couldn't handle the rotting sights and smells anymore. The smell of his exudation was overpowering. Green and brown juices dripped from his head and soaked his clothes. It wasn't rotting meat or spoiled milk anymore. It was death. No kids wanted to be near her either. In the corner of her eye, she could see them gag and hold their noses, as if she was the deceased one herself. Damn, so they're all smelling like that? Are you sure you don't want to stay with me a little longer? I can't. I gotta get back home to my wife. Daddy cheating? Hold on, the plot just thickened. But you've been looking so stressed. Is everything okay at home? The father let out a deep sigh. Not particularly. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. I haven't been treated the best recently. My wife's been so demanding, screaming at me for the littlest things. She's strutting around the house like she wears the pants around the family now. I can't get any peace and quiet in my own fucking goddamn fucking home. I need to show her who's boss. She can't keep pushing me around like this. I'm a man, for God's sake. I wish you luck. You can always keep crawling back to me to lick your wounds. Where have you been? It's rather late, ain't it? You been fishing? Work. Our son was asking about you today because you failed to show up for supper again. You're worrying him sick. Every single day you talk about that blasted son. I don't like how you do your job and make the money. I take care of the house and the kids. Why is that so hard for you to understand? Yet you call me foolish. Do I look stupid to you? He was humiliated from how quickly she shut him down. At least she couldn't dictate his actions outside of the home. He berated himself for his cowardice. We're speeding it up with the rot.
Think I'm stupid or something?
Sex. Oh. Darling, I'm sorry that dinner was a little rushed. Taking care of your brother was consuming most of my day today. It was worse than rushed. More like she threw random ingredients, inedible or not, into a pot. Legos, fucking corn. Like a whole thing of corn. Not even like a corn, like a corn. Like straight off the shit. Dice. This past week, it seemed that most of her meal. Sorry, this dude Keish said, imagine we get to day 67. This past week, it seemed that most of her meals were ending in this similar fate. The daughter poked a semi-charred apple with her fork. What? She just said, ah! There was a maggot living in her food. Oh my. What have I told you about not washing your hands before you eat? You need to wash them more frequently. Were you playing outside? Stop it already! How can you two continue pretending everything is normal? Dear, tell her everything is normal. The father looked like he was in a trance, rhythmically chewing his food without a care in the world. He probably swallowed at least 5 mags already. Listen to your mother more. Blech. She is correct. It's not true! Why do you insist on talking back? You're a child. You don't understand anything. Treat your parents with some motherfucking respect, you little hoe. And that's on period before I beat the britches off you. The mother began to spoon feed the body again. The spoon's contents were heartily containing maggots. A milk white maggot slipped from the softening pumpkin head and landed onto the spoon, oblivious to the mother. Oh, that's the mother. Yummy, isn't it? Oh God. She was going to retch. I'm going to my room. As you should. No supper for the rest of the night. Ah! The daughter was forced to cart the body back into their bedroom, making sure to avoid touching his slimy body as little as possible. His abdomen, distended beyond belief, was straining to rip through his clothes. The gorging insects were taking delight in how he was a balloon ready to pop. Who knew what putrid horrors were trapped inside him? The girl fell to her knees weeping. Mother kept saying everything was fine, but of course it wasn't. What wouldn't she give to return to normalcy? Whatever did she do to deserve this torture? If only she and her brother hadn't been roughhousing when the car came. When she looked up, the body was now facing away from her, giving her some semblance of privacy. Or was he always facing that way? She couldn't remember. Thank you. Of course, there would be no response. Yet she still felt the urge to say something. I miss you, brother. I miss you so much. I miss you too, sister. When is enough enough? School. Now. Oh my God. Another day, another garbage bag full of empty bug spray. The mother dabbed away any leakage from the son's body alongside some flaky apidoper. It was too much of a mess, moving him. It was too much of a mess moving him in and out of the wheelchair anymore. Not to mention ruining her upholstery, so she might as well clean him where she sat. You need to take care of yourself more. The last time I sponge bathed you was when you were a wee baby. Not to say, you're not still mommy's little baby. She was frustrated with how many rags it took to maintain her son's cleanliness. He was slowly making his way through her favorite dish rags. The pelican patterned one she was using was soaked with murky browns and greens. Her poor pumpkin seemed to be covered in a greasy black substance. It wasn't his job to clean the stove up. The mother dabbed harder against his arm, accidentally scraping off a small section of skin. She groaned when more fluid oozed from the spot. Your sister has been refusing to help with laundry. Can you believe it? I wish she was as well behaved as you. No one wants to spend time with dear old mom. That's why you've always been mommy's favorite. Oh, give me a second. I'll be right back. Hello? Yeah, this the mommy? What? My daughter said that? Oh, about that, I think a raccoon died in the walls. We're gonna get it looked at. Yeah. No, she's just overreacting. You know children, they got wild imaginations and shit. Okay. She's tattling on mommy. Her fist clenched. That girl. Because the school bus had long since left, the mother had to drive to school to pick her up. They drove back in silence with the daughter awkwardly fidgeting. The mother looked like she was about to blow a gasket. Okay, explain yourself. Your teacher said that you were insistent on not returning home because there was a corpse in our house. Do you know how embarrassed I was? But it's true. There are insects crawling all over him and the house. I don't know how much more I can take. I feel so sick. The mother glanced at the body. What's that, darling? She's being quite rude? Yes, I agree with you. Mom, he's dead. He'll never respond. When will you do something about it? It's awful living here. What a horrible thing to say about your brother. I thought I raised you better than that. Everything has gone downhill since he died. You don't do my hair anymore. The food is rotten. Daddy ever barely comes home, and I can't stand all the smell. I know you're still grieving. But when will you ever get it through your thick head? Ow! The mother's eyes widened at the reddening of her hand, and to her weeping daughter on the floor. The woman had spanked both of her children for misbehaving before, but she'd never stricken their faces. You hit me! Sweetie, I didn't mean it. I don't know what came a hold of me. You know I'm stressed from taking care of your brother. I don't know who you are anymore, but you're not my mom. I hate you! Darling. No! You can't hide this anymore! I'm telling the police about you and my brother! She sprinted to the phone, but Mother grabbed her by the hair. Pain seared through the girl's body. You insolent child. After everything I've done for you? It hurts, Mother! It hurts! You're gonna rip my scalp off! A prepubescent girl had no physical power over a fully grown woman. The daughter was dragged across the wood floor, using all of her strength in an attempt to release herself. When the mother reached the children's bedroom, she threw the girl inside. The door locked. Let me out! I'm begging you! Mommy's so tired. The poor, wretched girl banged and banged to get on the door, to no avail. The mother wasn't even listening to her. And I'm sure you're tired of the arguing as well. Daddy disagreed for a while, but he eventually learned that Mommy knows best. All we have to do is wait a little bit longer until your brother heals up. You believe Mommy, don't you? I need to tell your father about this. He will not be pleased. No, I'm sorry. If you were truly sorry, you would have been a better sister. You can be that now. Yeah, she needed to jump out that motherfucking window. That night, the daughter had a nightmare. Maggots covered every square inch of her body, twisting and writhing to find any way to burrow deeper inside. She would have screamed if her mouth wasn't equally stuffed with maggots. The white worm slithered across the remains of her tongue, bashing against the walls of her pumpkin head. Trying to escape, she could feel their tiny mouths eating away at her bite by bite. Hello there, my sweet baby boy. I was just checking up on you. Did I disturb your sleep? No. She wasn't her brother. Leave her alone. You haven't fallen asleep yet? Are you having trouble? I can read you a bedtime story if you would like. Which one do you want? If I remember, the ugly duckling was always your favorite. She sat down next to the daughter, unaware of the slimy, squirming creatures crawling their way onto the hem of her dress. Buzzing blowflies danced above the two. And she began to read. The air was suffocating. Good night. May you have sweet dreams. She kissed the pumpkin. Dark slime clung to her lips from her sweet goodnight smooch. The room fell into darkness, leaving her daughter alone, coughing and gagging into the night. Family, when does his mother go to jail? Family, yo, like for real. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, no, my daughter's at home too. The kids' measles have gotten pretty bad. They should be returning to school any day now. Yeah. Of course. I've been homeschooling them. Yeah. Okay, well, what do you think I've been doing this entire time? My babies will be back when they're ready. All right, not a day sooner. You can stop calling me now. I'm gonna block that motherfucking number. I swear to God. You better not hit me up on no trap phone. I swear to God, I'm gonna block that shit too. Okay, bye. The mother was exhausted from the incessant phone calls. Just yesterday, the electric company, y'all remember that show? Electric Company, hey, hold up. OGs know what I'm talking about. The electric company, hey, come on. Somehow I feel like Christina knows what I'm talking about. Christina, please. Yep, there we go. Bam! The electric company had threatened to shut down the power if the bills weren't paid, but she knew she had paid them. The son's skin looked even worse today, concerningly worse. His skin was a soaked paper towel, tearing just as easily. The mother brought out more of her makeup kit, ready to powder all the putrefaction. Though, unlike her previous attempts, her son's skin refused to obey. Like a silk glove, the skin slipped off, landing silently onto the ground. The ease of such a feat shocked her. Then more and more and more until he was resembling some bloated lizard emerging from his molt. With each opening, a drip of black stew-like goo kept trickling down his limbs. No, 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 don't do this! She pressed her hands against him to hamper any further sloughing. In retaliation, a geyser of thick fluid spurt from his torso, accompanied by air too foul to describe. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. Finally, the stream of bodily deliquiesce came to rest. The child in front of her was partially deflated, sagging further into his soaked seat. This wasn't good. Why wouldn't her husband take their child to the hospital? The mother was damn near ready to herself, but she knew the jostling from the trip would make things worse. Even the lightest touch of her hands was not safe anymore. Tears welled in her eyes. What more could she do? On the contrary, the son's face was twisted into some relieved grin. The tired woman looked down. Her dress's hem was dyed in an assortment of dark fluid. Touching her dress only further coated her hands in the mucus. After the mother spent the rest of the day cleaning the mess, she bathed and went to bed. I don't even want to see what this little motherfucker's gonna look like. Anytime the daughter's door was unlocked, it was to slip in food. She's in fucking jail. The timing was irregular, making it difficult to calculate when she could escape. She could hardly eat the food anyway. Not one meal passed without a wriggling maggot hiding inside. Being trapped in this festering room made her entire body itch. She brushed off a hungry fly crawling on her arm. Their usual food source has been relocated to the living room for several days now, but they were more than happy to bother her. The daughter remembered Job, a figure from the Bible. Oh, Job. Despite all the suffering and adversity he was given, he never gave up hope and was rewarded in the end. She could make it through this too. One power the daughter had over her mother was retaining her wits. Jeez Louise. The police are here. But why? The mother glanced at the rooms behind her. Hide them and make sure the police don't hear the children. Good afternoon, officers. Woo! What business y'all got here? Y'all got a warrant? Excuse me, ma'am. We were called here today because of a smell complaint. One of your neighbors isn't happy. Yes, sirs, everything is all right. We've been having all sorts of pest problems. We've been doing everything we can to clean them out. So, you know, insects in the pantry, raccoons in the wall. It's a fucking nightmare, you know. I sure can smell it. Do you have Stinky Cheese Factory hidden somewhere in there? The three awkwardly chuckled. The caller also mentioned that your son hasn't been seen in a while. Yes, it's a case of the measles. I'm afraid he hasn't been improving as quickly as I'd hoped. I've been so weary, everything seems to be piling up. My husband keeps saying he doesn't have time to help. He's always working. The mother wiped her eyes as the policemen lowered their hats to their chests. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We won't bother you anymore. Our best wishes for your son getting better. Yeah, that's definitely an oversight. Police definitely know what a dead body smells like. That's probably in the training. Thank you. You're too kind. I'll be sure to tell him. The daughter's mouth was gagged with an old sock. Behind her, her father was tying her arms with rope. The man had little idea how to do it and was trying to barbarically force the limbs into a position they shouldn't go. Your mother cares about us. You know that, don't you? You can see how much she loves your brother. She'll come around, and then we can go back to being a family. Why did her father keep listening to that monster? The daughter let out a muffled wail. Finally, the man turned to stare at her. Instead of a cold glare, he looked pain from the heartbreak. He placed what might have been a loving hand on her shoulder, but he seemed too lost to tell. Yes, that's it. She was his child, remember? Surely he realized what he was doing to her. Any trace of empathy vanished when he heard the returning high heels of Mother. What took you so long? Come with me to the entrance. Her arms were bright red from struggling against the rope. No, don't leave her. Oh my God. On the opposite side of the room, the son's untied body was mocking her. A large section of hand ligament and muscle dribbled onto the wheelchair seat. Eventually, the police drove away. The parents did not return to unbind her. Was it because they forgot, or did they know she would attempt to escape again? Family, is enough enough? Look at his fucking legs through the text box, family. Both the father and the mother were staring at the black limb on the floor. It was soft and delicate, like wet tissue paper. Likewise, the child was rapidly falling apart, his mushy pumpkin head barely attaching to the neck. I thought after receiving his new head, he would be recovering. But every day he gets worse and worse. What's wrong? What should we do? That's it. What if we replace the body too? His body wasn't compatible with the head, so we should find a new body that is. The neighbor's son. They're the same age. Bring the child here tonight. And don't keep me waiting. Our son needs his body more than their brat does. The daughter was awoken by now it's getting real. The muffled sounds of struggling and whimpering. What was going on? A child's scream in the basement answered her question. Would she be next? The daughter did the only thing she could think of. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women. Footsteps flew closer to the bedroom. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners. Your mother wants to see you. No! No! There was an uninvited person in the basement, and he was dead. He was fresh, and the pumpkin on his head was even fresher. Her parents really did kill someone. In the corner, her brother's body was callously cast aside. Look, darling, look! Your brother's all better now. Aren't you happy? We don't have to worry anymore. The mother stepped towards her daughter. Completely drenched in blood, the daughter wanted to vomit, but the father held her still, unable to run away from her maniacal matriarch. Ah, I'm so glad you agree. Things will finally go back to normal. Don't forget, you have school tomorrow, so you can't take your brother with you. She was prancing around the wheelchair, beyond proud of her newest work. The daughter knew that within a month the body would finish rotting and all the torment would begin anew. While the mother smoked, the new corpse was already turning pale. I was so busy preparing for today that I completely forgot about dinner. It may be the middle of the night, but how about we have ourselves a celebratory meal fit for a whole family? The police? This soon? You absolutely good for nothing husband! I should have done it myself. The father simply bowed his head. You've always been so oafish, and thanks to you, you've now ruined it for all of us. Do not let them get down here or they'll take our son away from us. The parents were distracted. Now was her chance. As hard as she could, the daughter bit down on her father's hand, drawing blood. Ouch! He jumped back as the girl burst from his arms and beelined up the stairs. You better rethink that right now! The mother had her butcher knife around the other child's neck. If you leave us, I'll kill him. You wouldn't want to be responsible for your brother's death. Again. Would you? That would make mommy very sad. I'm not afraid to do it. Don't take another step. For a split second, the daughter almost pitied her mother. Throughout this entire month, the mother kept denying and making excuses, completely delusional that nothing was wrong with her child. Even now, she was treating this decapitated corpse like a hostage with value. Huh? What's that, darling? You want me to kill her instead? That does make sense. I've always loved you more anyway. The older woman faced her daughter, her knife already poised for the attack. She wasn't kidding. Sweetheart, listen to your mother. Come down these stairs right now. You've already caused her enough trouble. The daughter was so close to escaping, but her legs refused to move. Gloria? Her heart was ready to burst out of her chest. She would know that voice anywhere. Brother? In the corner of the room, a figure turned his pitiful head to face her. But how? He was supposed to be dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry everything turned out this way. It wasn't your fault. Gloria, you need to run. Now. And with those last words, his body collapsed back to the floor, bursting in a blackened sludge. Now he was truly gone. That closure was just what she needed. With no more time to spare, the daughter grit her teeth and sprinted up the rest of them motherfucking stairs. Out of the house, she barreled and into a policeman's arms. The mother's howling was already far in the distance. Hey, be careful. That's a child. Are you hurt? What's your name? It had been so long since last I'd seen my son. Since the last time she touched a warm human being. Her resilience was finally rewarded. Don't worry, young lady. We'll take care of this. You're safe now. God! You cover the seeds with dirt, sprinkle some water every so often, and they'll be ripe for picking in October.
Wow, that's so cool. What's the biggest pumpkin you've ever grown?
Hard to say. Maybe the size of our car? No way, Daddy! You're such a liar! The father chuckled. But I have won a blue ribbon at the state fair before. You should have seen the look on your mother's face. Having fun out there? Yeah. Daddy's showing us how to grow crops. Dinner's on the table. You three better hurry or it'll get cold.
Last one in's a rotten egg.
Wait up. You had a head start. Daddy, why are you running too? Your legs are longer. It's not fair. The mother put up a valiant struggle in staying with her deceased victims, but she was eventually dragged away, kicking and screaming. Ultimately, she was institutionalized. The father was charged with kidnapping and shortly afterwards committed suicide in prison. No one would mourn his death. With no family left to claim guardianship over the daughter, she was simply shipped to the nearest orphanage. For the longest time, this tragedy became the talk of the town. Who could have known that the quiet but kind-hearted family were hosts to monsters? It was rather lonesome in the orphanage. No matter how many times the daughter bathed herself, fellow children constantly remarked about her repugnant smell. She couldn't tell if it was because they were mocking or if the girl truly could never wash away the scent of death from her house. Oh, you poor child. I can't begin to... Hold on, I gotta turn this down. I can't begin to imagine your pain. Don't worry. We'll find a good family to take care of you. At least the nuns were kind enough to ignore her smell. She was able to make friends with one of the older nuns, who was well known throughout the place for her baking skills. I baked a nice pumpkin pie today. Would you like a piece? Eek! Shoo, you silly fly! This pie is not for you! I'm sorry. They're such a nuisance. The flies have been unusually bold recently and I don't know why. If you would like, I can cut another slice of pie for you. Toss it, please. I'm not hungry. You sure? I'm begging you. I can't bear to look at it anymore. As you wish, my dear. Wow. Wow. You know what? If y'all could have been like, take a guess as to what this game's about, I would have. I never would have. That was insane. That was wow.